48-hour art check round 36 with a brand new sick Josh.
Yeah.
48-hour art check!
All right.
Yeah, so you're not feeling well.
Definitely not. I even had to call out from work and stuff, which is something I don't usually do during a rush season. So I actually went in, made sure everybody was set up, checked the stuff I needed to check, and then my team kind of sent me home, which was nice. It's always nice when you're a manager and actually your team members are like, dude, no, just go home. We got this.
We don't need you.
Exactly. But it's cool because I got a good team now, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
yeah, I still want to proceed with the art check because, art stops for nothing.
Yes, and this time we'll stick to 15 minutes or less rather than 57 or whatever we did yesterday.
For real. And I'm thinking with the new format, the nice thing is it can buy time for both of those things. So when there's a topic like that kind of probably needs to go kind of long,
yeah, it'll
buy time for that.
Right. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, why don't you start this time?
All right. So I am sick, and I got further along on my type pencils. And so what you'll see there is kind of an overlaid magenta. And that's what I do for this style in the comic, this kids style. I tend to do a magenta that goes over the cyan and kind of tightens it up. And then I'll convert it to grayscale, print it out, and lightbox the drawings to my page and ink it all. So feeling pretty good. Not quite as far as I want to get, but it's far enough. And one plus, it definitely took the amount of time that I was suspecting to do tight pencils. It takes a lot less time than the rough pencils. So
good.
It's just fixing things like, oh, the eyeball's off here or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't tell if you went over or if I started. Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk about.
Oh, I went over.
That's fine. Go ahead and talk about challenges.
Okay, challenges. I'm sick, and there's a little bit of delay on here, so I didn't catch that was me going over. I thought I was filming still, but that's pretty much it. Just sick and trying to, I got a lot of sleep, so I'm gonna try to recover, and at the same time, I still will probably work on my comic tonight, but that's always a challenge.
Yeah. For me, we've got tons of family and friends coming tomorrow, and so it's just been huge prep time. We've got people coming in from all over for a big baby shower, and then other people that are passing through on their way to different national parks and kind of using us as a way station. So we're getting the guest bedroom ready and cleaning the house and all that. And then I also spent a significant amount of time today trying to figure out how to use Cinema 4D Light in conjunction with After Effects to do 3D stuff. So, yeah. How about plans for you?
So my plan is basically to get this next page. By the next time we do it, I should have the type pencils done. Hopefully have it printed out so I can start inking. I'm happy with how it's coming out, though, so that's good.
Cool.
Yeah,
so you're gonna finish type pencils?
Yes, that's
cool.
The goal.
I finally got the exhibitor kit for the show, which is September 6th, which is a week earlier than I thought it was, so less time than I thought. Anyway, yeah, so that'll be soon, and my plans before Monday, I want to nail down what I'm printing and where, as well as I need to figure out some stuff that I'll talk about in a little bit.
Cool.
So yeah, topic.
Should we talk about the stuff you need to figure out?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Real quick, I do want to touch on something that I thought was kind of cool. I got a call or an email through my website today from a potential client, and I don't want to give away too many details because it's still like, potential. But the cool thing that I thought about it was he said, yeah, I was watching your YouTube videos to try to figure out how to do things, and then I would have somebody like that was working for me. I'd be like, do it like this, and I'd show them one of your videos, and then they wouldn't do it, and I'd say, no, do it like this, and I'd show them a different one of your videos, and then I said, well, I should probably just get him to do it. And so it was like a perfect example of content marketing. I thought that was kind of cool, because he like was watching the content that I was showing the process of on YouTube and wanted that content, seeing that I had the ability to do it. And at no point in time do I say on those YouTube videos, hey, if you want me to do stuff, contact me. And so he just went to my website and contacted me. Mainly because I really only take on either stuff that I love or stuff that is high paying enough to make it worth it. And so like the like commissions and stuff like that are kind of not worth it from a financial standpoint. Yeah. And so when businesses approach you, they've got more money than individuals, and so then it makes it worth it. But anyway, I'm kind of excited that like the content marketing model works, because I'm not looking for extra work, but when it comes and it pays well, I'll take it. Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah. I'm in a similar boat where I don't usually like taking on a lot of extra projects, because at the end of the day, it's like I already have you and I are both in a similar position. We already have kind of steady gigs.
Right.
So it has to be really worth its while. Otherwise, like, we're going to be working on personal work. So it's cool that that happened in it, and it's cool it happens organically. Mm-hmm. Through like what you were saying, content marketing. So that's very cool to hear.
Yeah. So as far as what I need to do, I don't know. Mainly, I'll give you a list of things that I was thinking of, and then jump in and interrupt anytime. And I don't know if anybody's in the chat, but if you guys have suggestions or whatever. So I like the idea of packs of things. And at this show in particular, they're excluding anything that they're considering three-dimensional art. So that takes out like pins and buttons, and so it's all got to be flat stock, which is interesting. But anyway, that's what it is. So I'm not terribly interested in selling my original pages right now, because I'm not like at that stage in this book yet. But I was thinking of displaying them. I don't know if I would just... I'm trying to go as light as possible. I have this dream in my mind that I don't think is going to work, that I'm just going to roll in on my motorcycle with whatever I can strap to the back with bungee cords. But the more I think about it, the more unrealistic I think that is. So, but I was thinking of framing several of the spreads that are really good. I've got one of those grids that's kind of a modular grid. I'm not going to do the thing where it's on the front of the table and kind of like does that, because I feel like that's too much of a barrier. But I'm going to do like a grid like to either side of me, like at my level and behind me, and then over the top, but not on the table. And got it. I was thinking I'd have two things on that. Like I would have... three things. One is I would have the some originally inked pages kind of framed just to show what's going on with the book. Yeah. And then the other one would be I want to figure out a way to mount my iPad Pro, because they've got a really good battery life. And so I don't want to pay for electricity because it's super expensive. But I was thinking of having a lot of the time-lapse videos of me inking and digitally coloring, like playing on my iPad, just because like I always notice that motion grabs people at shows. This is my first convention, but I've done a lot of booth exhibiting, like at B2B and professional trade shows, and I've like built award-winning booths, and so some of that can come over. I don't have like a $50,000 budget like I used to when I was working for businesses, but you know, I have hundreds of dollars of budget or less. But anyway, I'm gonna have some motion on there, and then I'm just gonna hang products and then have stuff on the table. And so the products that I was thinking, I don't want to sell individual stickers, but I was thinking of selling sticker packs. And Holly Brown actually gave me a really good connection that I'm going to reach out to and see if he can meet the deadline. If he can't, I'll get those printed locally. But I was just going to do like your basic cardstock fold over the top and staple on a poly bag for pretty much everything. And so I'll get one design for that kind of going through. And just do like themed sticker packs of like 5 stickers per package, and then packages of postcards. And I'll do like just inked, and then I'll do like a lot of the colored designs, and I've got a lot of those that could be grouped up by kind of like message or whatever. And then I was thinking maybe some bigger prints. And then I like the idea of like something along the lines of, I don't want to do commissions for a number of reasons, but I don't mind like just giving away free sketches and just kind of sketching whatever. So I was thinking of just cutting up a bunch of like pre-cut paper and just bringing a big giant stack of like little 4x6s and just doing little ink drawings all day for whoever wants one, just as a way to like get people there.
Yeah, you should definitely do those prints too that you're talking about, like maybe through cat print or something like that, because those larger prints, like right now it sounds like you have a lot of good stuff that can kind of start at like the lower range of the cost, but you need like more of a higher range so that you can hopefully make booth, because there's people who like literally want to spend $30 when they walk through your booth, and you want to have stuff for them. If you don't have stuff for people who want to spend 30, and you know it's just aiming to the people who want to spend 5, then you're missing that mark of the 30. Right. So with the postcard packs thing, the neat thing about that, if they're not pre-poly bagged, you could also have poly bags there, or have sets that are pre-poly bagged and then also have them all single.
Oh, so they could like mix and match.
Not just that, but you can also do that individual versus pack thing, which will help you sell the packs. Because initially, you know, like if somebody's into one image, they can go, how much is a postcard? And you could go, oh, the postcards are this much, but the pack is this, and it's like $1 cheaper. Yeah. And that helps drive kind of the packs. And I'd recommend that whenever you're selling packs, is like, have some kind of option to sell singles so you can upsell to the pack, because everybody buys the pack in that case. Whereas if all there are packs, they may not be as prone to get it. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a nice like sales tactic with that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then I don't know, like, I'm not sure which things to do, like, because a lot of the stuff I've made was never intended to be a print. It was intended to just be, you know, a sticker or a little design that says something, but it's not like a poster, you know? It's more like a PNG with an alpha transparency so that you could do it on all the print-on-demand stuff.
Got it.
So I don't know if I throw that on a white background, if I add a background to it. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's hard to figure out, honestly. I wouldn't do like big posters. I'd do like, you know, like max maybe like 12 by 18, you know? But I wouldn't do anything larger than that for prints.
Yeah.
Unless you've made like a custom poster, it would be that big one. But
yeah,
I don't know. I would tend to think it should look unique to that print, you know?
Right.
So if it's got like, if it looks good on white, have it on white. If it looks like it's just kind of stuck on white, then maybe work around it.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. So
that's a short amount of time to get ready.
That is.
But it's exciting. It's going to be cool to see.
It'll be good. You know, I I don't know. I'm not planning on making table. It's probably not going to work out, which is fine because it's sunk costs. I've already spent that money. I don't. We operate on kind of a no debt thing, so we don't have any debt. So it's not like I'm going to be like paying this off after the show. But it'll just be good to see. I don't know. I just feel like kind of with everything in my life, but it especially is here, is I'm kind of like a Venn diagram wherever I go. I slightly overlap what everybody else does, but I'm not like I'm not like your typical artist alley convention artist. Like I'm not going to sit there and draw, Wonder Woman over and over and over again, or whatever. And so I'm kind of like on the ancillary side. And then I'm going to a comic book festival while I'm promoting like a children's book. And I know that there's people that will appreciate the artwork and the craftsmanship and everything, but it's also, it's not Batman punching Harley Quinn or something. So I don't know. I don't know. And it's not all just fan art. It's also just like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm near what everybody else is doing, but not actually what everybody else is doing, which could be really good, or it could just be that everybody's like, oh, wow, that's weird. I'm out, and I don't know. So.
Well, it's I can say my experiences at conventions, I was never selling, like pop cultural prints of like Harley Quinn or anything. I did a few pop culture references, like I would sell prints of like my Kermit design, if you guys have ever seen it, like an X-ray of Kermit the Frog, and you see like a hand X-rayed through it, but which I won't be selling in the future because I want to even move away from that kind of thing, anything that's referencing like pop cultural properties, but I mean in general, like people bought prints like of art they liked, and so I think you can do okay. I think it's more a matter of like your display, your confidence. You've worked like maybe not comic conventions, but you've definitely done, worked the floor before, so you know how to engage people and keep them engaged.
Right.
So I think you'll be fine. And Matthew Enstrom just showed up in the chats, and he was saying his first convention he didn't make table, but the experience showed him what to do and what to improve on for the next convention. And I definitely say like my first experience at a comic convention was like I had one comic, and that was it. I had nothing else. I had I had some postcards to pass out and a comic, and that was it. And I kind of didn't sell a ton, and it was a good experience because I learned. So Matthew's what he's describing very much like matches what my experience was like. But the other thing that's nice about it is you have a lot of art, so it's just about making the products and just making products that you want to own, and like if people come by and they like the art, they'll buy it. But it is tough. Like when it's a lot easier to market like the fan art stuff and go that route too.
Right.
Like it's going to be a tough sell when I get to this book being out, because it's like, hey, I know you're into like Spider-Man and like,
But do you want to read about depression?
Do you want to read about depression and faith in like a black and white comic? Oh, and by the way, your kids probably shouldn't read this.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a huge chunk of the market right there. Is like kids, who come with their parents and are like, I like this art. So, so I feel the struggle there, but I've seen people sweep the house with like, just really nice prints. So I think you're going to learn a lot from it. So I think it'll be good. And I definitely don't think it being a kid's book should be really a problem at all at a comic convention.
Yeah, I mean, I won't have any there to sell because I don't have enough to. But I'm looking into printing one and seeing how much that will cost, so that people can like flip through it.
Nice.
And then just gathering people on my mailing list. The other thing that I'm looking at doing is I still want some sort of giveaway that will get people to my booth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got to kind of nail down like what that would be. I mean, I've had some very lucrative commercial success with the work that I've done over the years. I've been able to make a living on it. I've never had any popularity success. And so, like, most of the stuff that I've done has been, like, B2B. And so I have, like, no feeling for what of my stuff is of any interest to, like, the individual. You know, like I can explain like a cross section of the heat signatures and the different thermodynamics of like metallurgical process during like casting different types of aluminum alloy, but you know, like I don't know, like of the funny pictures I draw, which ones people are gonna buy. So I'm kind of it'll be interesting, and just like Matt said, and I hear that a lot. I think it'll just be a huge education.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
and it will help you pitch your book better, whether it's dealing with publishers or whatever. It's by the time you're done with the convention, you have a pretty good idea of what your pitch is, so that'll help you.
yeah,
All right,
cool.
I hate to do this, but I'm feeling terribly sick,
No, that's
and
fine. We
got
said
a
we'd go
newborn,
short.
so yeah.
So okay, and now the new slower scrolling credits. If you want to find my
Yeah.
stuff, you can go to CoryKerr.com. I got a bunch of stuff up there, both inked and colored. And special thanks to No Saboteurs for the intro music. They had a show. I didn't ask you how that show went.
Oh, it was awesome.
That's good.
It was incredible, yeah.
And then Josh's stuff, as always, is found at quarterlystories.com. And thanks for showing up, and we'll see you guys next week for round 37, I believe.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Okay,
All right.
we'll catch y'all later.